We are going to do a short reflexology. It's going to be light reflexology on the feet, the shins, and the arm area. The most important thing is to sweep. When you sweep someone's body part, it's like you're letting them know that they're special, that they're important in this world. So we're sweeping the top part. We're coming around underneath the knees and sweeping underneath just a couple times. We want to make this a short version of this. Take the Achilles heel, the bottom part, and then just stretch. And most of the time you can really stretch someone. You're using your arm, you're hyperextending that arm. This leg is slack, and you're stretching this arm. And my thumb is right here by the ankle bone, so I'm not hurting them. Am I hurting you, Alice? Okay. And then I'm going to do the other side. Are you feeling the stretch on the side of your hip, babe? Okay. And you always want to check in with your client and let them know, sweep again. And we're going to start with the palms on the inside right here of the foot. Inside of the foot, inside of the foot. When you grab your hand is essentially, this hand is coming around the ankle and your fingers are on the other side. You'll see the fingers on the other side there. When you grab that, it's like holding of that particular part. And you'll see in reflexology, this is that's the sciatic area. So when I'm pressing down, I want to hold it for 1, 2, sweep the foot. And I'm going to make my way up the foot in pressuring underneath the ankle, right in the center here of the foot. 1, 2, and right underneath here. That feels really good in that area, pressing down. 1, 2. Is this too much, Alice? No. Sweep it, and then come around to the other side, press in, sweep around the ankle bone. For some reason, that feels so good on the body. Place your hands on top part of their feet. It's like you're covering them, you're protecting them, and you're pressing down, breathing in, and breathing out. Just breathe with them. Sweep. Now we're going to open up their arches. This is the tricky part because when you're pulling back on the toes, you can see right here, and the arch, lean your body into it. Don't be afraid to do that. When you ask them to breathe in, you breathe in with them. When you ask them to breathe out, a little bit deeper. Okay, so go a little bit deeper, but don't overdo it with yourself. You don't want to strain your own body. And relax. And then sweep. Sweep. Get those fingers around that ankle bone. Sweep. 2 or 3 times. You want to press the thumbs on the acupressure point in the heel. This saves time when you do it 2 at the same time. Press. Put your pointy finger up by the ankle bone, right underneath it. Put some pressure into it. Breathe in together and out. Underneath the heel, press, breathe in together and out. In the middle of the arch, come up the foot. If it's a big foot, come up, in the middle of that arch. In, out. Breath is always good. And then underneath the ball of foot, the big toe, press. And on the top part, you're holding their foot with all 4 of your fingers. You're pressing and you're pulling down. Press, in, and out. Sweep underneath the feet, top of the feet. And then hold right here. 1, 2. And then a nice, slow sweep. Okay, and that's the feet. This could be done on the floor or on the table. Alice, bring your arms up. Now, on the floor or on the table, I'm positioning myself so my feet are closer to the table, and then I'm got her. What I do is I have her wrist on the wrist bone so I don't harm her. That's a good place to grab so it doesn't feel like you're squeezing and pulling their skin. Hyperextend your arms so you're getting the stretch in your body. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in and out. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. And then slowly bring their arms down, palms facing down. Sweet. Each shoulder. When you press down and squeeze, you're grounding the body down towards the feet. Breathe in and out. So I'm pressing down, I'm squeezing with my fingers, and I'm also pressing. I'm not using too much force, but I'm using enough force that lets the person know that they are cared for, that they are safe. And then I'm going to make my way down the arm, press and squeeze. 1, 2. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And when you do that breathing technique of inhale, exhale, that transfers that good energy to your client. When you get down to the hand, right here, marma point, acupressure point, whatever you want to call it, you're pressing with the thumb and the finger behind. I take both thumbs and both fingers, press, hold, breathing in and out. And then I'm going to massage. Remember, this is a light reflexology. The fingers in the palm at the same time. So I'm using pressure going outward, going up. Only it's downwards because I'm pressing down at the same time, spreading their hand wide, getting that stretchy sensation in the palm. So again, press, squeeze, and I'm lifting up, squeezing. Be careful of the fingers. On some people, they have delicate fingers. So you want to squeeze and press, but you don't want to kill them. And then you hold with your hand on top of their hand, breathing in and out. Or you can do the 1, 1, 2, squeeze, press technique. 1, 2, squeeze, press. And then end of the shoulder, pressing down rather than down that way, pressing down on top. 1, 2. And then the hand, when you get done with the hand, placing it on the body and you're sweeping it towards the heart. And then you kind of end that last sweep with the very slow and leave. Now, you're gonna do the other side, but we're gonna concentrate on the head here. So your finger, I'm gonna turn her head to the side. Your fingers are, here's the spine, the cervical spine right here, are on the side of the cervical spine. And you're kind of doing that massage all the way up to the occipital ridge, the base of the skull area. This feels so wonderful. So piano fingers, knead into the side of the neck, bring your head to the occipital ridge, bring your fingers to the occipital ridge, knead up in there. And you could probably go do this forever on the client, but for all intents and purposes, we're doing a short video here. And what you're going to do is after you take like 30 seconds to do that, you're going to tilt, push up your fingers. They're going to think that you want your head to their head to come up. Just tell them to breathe in and out and relax that head, relax those shoulders. While you're pressing, and I'm going to exaggerate this, you're pressing and pulling with your fingers the head towards you. You want that cervical tilt, I call it, because it feels really good when you hold it here for 1, 2, 3. And then we're ending with a nice head massage. Again, this is a really short version video. If you don't have a whole lot of time, we do this in our moon yoga class, spending about 2.5 to 3.5 minutes on each person. And who doesn't love a head massage? Sweep the forehead. And when you hold the person's head, you want to close out with this with the thumbs on the third eye area, the forehead area, the fingertips around the temple area. So you're squeezing a little bit, but not too much. And that palm holds their head in place. Again, securing the body. Breathing in together. Breathing out. Remember to always say a blessing over the person, whether it's verbal or silent. If you feel it's verbal and that person needs it, give them that energy. You are the light that shines bright in this world. Believe it, know it, feel it.